New breed, global truth.
Unity to Space Command. Do you copy?
You know CPT is not a thing anymore, right?
Well, you would think after eternal life we would have more time in the day, but I'm here and shalom.
Shalom, dear brother. Can we get started?
Coming in for landing shortly.
We are going live any second now. Oh, and did you bring the snacks from Earth Sector 12?
Yeah, I got the snacks.
You're eating it, right?
This is a little snack for the flight. Got plenty left.
Okay, good. You know I love their food. Welcome to Hebrew Planet.
Oh yeah. Hope the brothers and sisters are ready. Unity coming in for a fast landing.
Got a hangover. Yeah, yes, they lied. The truth won't hide. Our people lack knowledge, so they broke inside. Some really, the ops, they the other side. I prick spirit, got you and open up your eyes. We the witnesses, open your book and take a look. Yeah, them curses was really a sign. Just take a look and listen. How they treat us, throw us in prison. Women, children go missing. Our sons cry for attention. Swift precision in the back of the neck, avoiding the young. Are we really this dumb, or are we really the ones in the book? Let's open it up and give it a look. The Almighty even say justice and we forsook. We them zombies from the valley of bones. Y'all better lock up your homes, about to destroy all of your thrones. Bet they can't believe it. Yeah, we bet. We all over the news. Give them heart attacks. Hit them one more time, they ain't coming back. Somebody go tell them, yeah, the bruises back. Let the thing shake. Titanic. Hit one more time, more damn it.
Was on the news before the blast. Before they came out of the sky. I'm not talking green Martians. I'm not talking little aliens either. I'm talking.
In a time where many nations around the world are still mourning the loss of Queen Elizabeth and flags are being lowered to half staff, the United Nation of Israel is raising their flag in the memory of a nation once forgotten. Optimistic gatherers stand as 12 tribal flags and the nation flag is being erected here in Fairmont, North Carolina, on 100 acres of soil, representing the rebirth of a nation and the reestablishment of a community. Here we have Elder Shemaiah Yasharallah, the Chairman and Minister of Information for the United Nation of Israel, to give his point and stance on the significance of this.
Hey, shalom, Israel. I don't know quite when that intro ended. Things are moving kind of weird on my end. But if y'all can hear me right now, and I'm popping up on your screen, pound the like button in the video and hit the 1 in the chat. Yes, a Hebrew nation. The Hebrews are coming. Y'all know where to go. New Breed Green Light News. Also go follow Hebrew Planet on every platform. Okay, we see the ones in the chat. And also go to YahWillGather.us if you want to be a part of the building of a nation, actually putting in some groundwork, some footwork, and being looped in. All right, so it says we can hear you clearly. That's what's up. I'm glad y'all enjoy these intros and these upgrades. All praises to the Most High, the God of Israel. I have a rather interesting topic today. I see Prime Time in the building. Jacqueline's in the building. Elisa P. Philip Thomas. Yes, Ruby, I see you. CJ Matthews, what's up, bro? Tiffany Morant. Yeah, man, I just caught news to what took place in Cali, man. I heard 7 people was eliminated in another mass shooting. It's crazy what's going on. It seemed like the places that got the most stringent gun laws are experiencing the most mass shootings. Crazy stuff right here. We living in the signs of the times. I haven't really looked too into what took place, but maybe later on I'll dig beneath the surface to see if it was some type of ritual or sacrifice involved. But we're in some real evil times, man. It's some wicked times right now. Yeah, T says no way again. Yep. Absolutely. Crazy world, crazy times, man. And, which brings me to this particular topic right here. This is a very good transition to what I want to discuss today. Today, you're going to get a real good understanding on what the product of a gynocentric matriarchal society really is. You're going to see what it really look like and what it's going to look like. Now, some of the things that's going to transpire in the near future is going to be for the greater good of those who have been chosen. Remember, the Bible tells us everything that happened on the face of this planet is for the greater good of those he chose. So although some things look like it's perilous, I know y'all can relate. Some things look like it looks dismal, right? And you looking at these situations take place and you like, man, what is going on? Listen, the Most High God is playing chess, not checkers. Some people have to go through uncomfortable situations in order to adjust to the current climate. Some people are more hard-headed than others. Some people need to get a lot of wake-up calls to realize where we're at in society. And that's what's going to happen for a great deal of people. And we're going to see that because for those who don't know, we're looking at an economic collapse. For those who haven't been keeping track of the news, you got Bank of America Bank leaving hundreds and thousands of customers out of their life savings. And it's rumored, word on the streets is, and I have to say this, allegedly, a lot of individuals who went back to try to claim what was theirs, they were told that those accounts no longer exist. So you have a situation where you're just going to have to be resourceful. You have to liquidate your assets. You got to get prepared for what's coming. You got to get around the right people. You got to get plugged in. The days of sitting still and just watching the world go by, believing in this system, believing in the government as your daddy, believing these banks, believing their financial system, it's going to have to come a time where you link in with the right people. Because, listen, it's right before your eyes. And, there's a lot of things going on, man, within the banking system. And I want to give some advice with these banks. Ladies and gentlemen who bank with PNC Bank, I want you to look out for them next, right? What you must understand is when it comes to banking, you want to find a bank that is Basel IV compliant. That is Basel IV compliant. BASEL 4. The Basel Committee, January 1st, 2023, made an implementation that day. So from January 1st, things have changed with these banks. And anything that's not Basel IV compliant, which means the bank has invested in gold and silver, there's going to be glitches. They're going to be situations. There's going to be problems. And I'm not even supposed to be telling y'all this, but this is insight that I know, and I got to let the world know what's up. So even being wise, moving around your money, taking them out of certain places, consider getting your money in a credit union. Consider if you in a place where you can take your money out and have it preserved and protected, consider that as well, right? And I just want to put that out there because I don't think people understand the times we live in. And it's going to affect a lot of quote unquote independent women. Now, let me make this clear. There's nothing wrong with you ladies being independent if that's what you got to do to provide for your children, to provide for yourself, to be, on your own. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm really specifically speaking on is the haughty boss chick, right? We're talking about the boss chicks. We're talking about those women who are not forced to be independent, but they have pretty much decided that they don't need guidance, leadership. They don't need a man. They don't need direction. And pretty soon you're going to find out what the world is like when women don't have no direction, no guidance, no leadership, no overseer, no one to actually show them the way. And it's going to take these crucial times to bring it out of them. But brothers, this video will also act as a warning for you brothers to what to look out for when people get desperate out here. Because when these women get desperate, it's a whole nother ball game. You think it's something when men get desperate. Oh no, you don't know the game, fellas. When women get desperate, that's when the bodies hit the floor. That's when people drop. That's when the setups take place. A lot of things happen when these women get desperate, right? Now, I want to share something with you all. First off, let's talk about the banks just a little bit more. Then we're going to go to another source. I want to go to a gentleman by the name of, let me see, what is this brother's name? His channel is simply called Kevin. So shout out to Kevin. He allegedly spoke with a PNC insider, and he wants to share with you all what this PNC Bank insider warned him for. And he says they're preparing to do the unthinkable. Is your paycheck safe? Is your paycheck safe? Now, we know with Bank of America, is people call their account who no longer have sufficient funds. We're talking about people lost tens and thousands of dollars. Some individuals lost life savings. So is your paycheck safe, right? I want to go to this source. Share this with you all. Let's go to brother Kevin. And shout out to Kevin. Y'all can subscribe to the brother because he brung some good insight here. And let's talk about it. I'm not going to play the entire video. I'm just going to skip through pivotal points. Let's go.
Really painful at this point in time. You guys know, but leave this one. Insider intel, boots on the ground. I have to keep your identity.
Now, I'm going to believe this brother for the sake of, he said this before the Bank of America situation took place. He said this a couple months ago. And what he said is very similar to what took place in Bank of America. So I would warn people, look out for PNC as well, who are not Basel IV compliant. Let's continue.
Anonymous, or the protection of them and the future of their employment. All the the working conditions may not be ideal, they still.
All right, here we go with the
They need to make sure that they secure their income. They don't see any disruptions to their paychecks. That would be extremely painful at this point in time. You guys know the current situation that everyone is feeling right now. Over 60% of Americans are struggling to make ends meet and buy food and groceries. 70% of Americans are forced. They're worried about the affordability of food and groceries, and a lot of folks are on government assistance and relying on coupons and whatnot. So, income is important.
And, I'm glad the brother is sharing the reality of the situation. It's at the point where it's almost depressing just the grocery shop these days. Gas is at an all-time high. And, this is what a lot of people who live in a facade, living in an imaginary world, this is what they don't understand. They don't understand that we living in a mirage right now. Everybody want to fake the funk. Everybody want to act like they doing so damn good. Everybody want to act like they secure when they really only one paycheck away or two paychecks away from being homeless out on the streets, man. But nobody wants to acknowledge where they really at in life. And you have a lot of ladies out there who've been speaking that boss chick talk, how they independent, how they don't need no man, how, the pride of life kicks in. And they got so much arrogance and so much pride, they won't even admit. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of ladies out there that won't admit that they're really struggling out here. They legit are going through it. They're not happy with some of the decisions they made. A lot of these women have not been wise with their money, and they're not preparing, and they're not actually looking in to what's going on in the financial system, right? And I'm not saying every female. Let's make this clear. I'm speaking about a specific type of woman who deems herself as a boss chick, got her head all the way up in the sky and thinks she has it all figured out, and think that her degrees, thinks that everything she, invested her time in, she thinks about the physical money, the paper, the fiat, She looks at that as she's arrived, she's made it, not understanding that she don't have direction. When everything hit the fan, things are going to change here in this world, right? It's going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people. Let's continue.
Protecting that income is very valuable right now. Mass layoffs occurring all over the place, left and right. Guarantee you that come Monday, we'll probably have a new announcement of even more folks losing their jobs. Unfortunately, sad to say. But with that being said, I cannot put anybody at risk for doing us a favor, doing us a service by keeping us informed and updated and trying to stay ahead of the curve so that we can continuously build out and prepare our plan B, our plan C, our plan D.
Now, how many of you boss chicks out there got a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, and a plan D? Yeah, Microsoft just laid off 10,000 people. Amazon been laying off people left and right. Some of y'all got degrees and you ain't got no jobs. Some of y'all got degrees and you working in grocery stores and fast food restaurants. Do you have a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C? Are you resourceful? Are you around people who are resourceful? Are you around people that you can trust? I want everybody at the sound of my voice to really think about this. The people that are in your immediate circle right now, as we speak, can you trust them? Are these individuals going to act as your crutches in tumultuous times, in austerity measures? If things really kick off and these banks are out of the loop, pretty much. Listen, the system and predictive programming and media has been foreshadowing rebellion against the banks for a while. It's more than likely to take place in the near future. Are you around individuals that you can trust? Really ask yourself that. And Ms. K says, what if you're around nobody? If you're around nobody, it will behoove you to get around people who are like-minded, people who are actually watching what's going on, and they're not just sitting back. People who are actually in the vineyard, people who got their hands to the plow, people who are resourceful, people who know what's going on in the world. It will really behoove you to get around those people, right?
And with that, each of those plans, hopefully including budgeting, saving, investing, budgeting for beginners, saving for beginners, investing for beginners, building.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month, if not more, just from this app on my phone.
Businesses for beginners, so that if you were to possibly be negatively affected by a job loss or a layoff or termination or hiring freeze or whatever it may be, you've got a backup plan, folks. Pay attention here. Check this out. PNC Bank update.
Sorry about the interruptions, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, this is not about taking your money out of the banks. This is not about your money being at risk in the banks. This is actually about the
One moment, hold up.
Employment status, the positions and changes that businesses are implementing, the strategies that they're imposing to cut costs, increase profits at the expense of the employees and the workers and the staff, the workforce, the labor, the people who make it run, okay? I want you guys to be aware of what is happening. This is a big deal. PNC update.
Come on now. This don't make no damn sense, bro. Y'all give me one moment. This is one key point here, and then we got one more point to make, and I'm gonna go to another source here. But let's get it.
Operations manager came into the bank this morning around 5 a.m. and had a meeting with all.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I really feel like they're disturbing the stream because I'm sitting here looking at this video, and it's loaded. Literally, I can see that the video is loaded. It's just literally just being interrupted. So please bear with me. These are the type of situations that I gotta face over here, but let's get to it.
The other managers all on the ship. This meeting was unexpected. Hot meeting, unexpected emergency meeting, because it was only a couple days after. Check this out. This was only a couple days after we got our new Falcon mail sorting machine. We're the largest site in the network, so we ended up doing a lot of out-of-state work for other locations. So we're getting hit with crazy volume, and the operations manager wants us to be the test dummies for other sites.
So what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen, in layman's terms, is you're seeing a lot of local banks close because you got a lot of online banking, right? And there's various sites of banks out there, but they're trying to pretty much relegate and decentralize everything to a central hub online. So you're going to start seeing banks close pretty much. And while that's going on, in the process of that's happening, a lot of the employees that work for the banks are getting laid off jobs because they're trying to implement new systems. So if there's no employees at the jobs, you can already see that, okay, there's no need for employees. There's less people working at these banks. If you go, some of y'all's local branch have closed, right? Some of y'all can't take money out the bank, right? There's less employees. And what that means is, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to try to make everything digital within a certain amount of time. They're trying to implement new things in the process, right? But let me go a little bit further. Hopefully we can get through this video without the nonsense taking place. Let's go.
Employment on companies and employees and workers, but more importantly, the folks here on work visas that are now going to be out in full force looking to take jobs, take American jobs to maintain their ability to stay in this country on a work visa, which is further going to make it more difficult for the U.S. citizens, the Americans here, to maintain that consistent, steady, reliable income. It's about to get dangerous. It's about to get cutthroat. It's about to get real ugly. I want you guys to be prepared for that. So
you American citizens, they're not really concerned with you. It's going to get ugly out here. They're not concerned with you having jobs. They're concerned with these foreigners having the jobs, right? And they're making sure that they make banking pretty much easy for a certain demographic of people. It's going to come a time, let me explain this. It's going to come a time where they can reject you from actually banking with them based on credit scores and things of that nature. They literally are going to be able to reject you from banking with certain companies. And it's more than likely going to be based on a social credit score. We got an inklet of that when Kanye West, or Ye, when he spoke out and the banks didn't want to bank with him anymore. Yeah. So imagine this. Imagine a system where, because you are a certain individual, a certain background, you came from a certain place, you have certain political, social, or economic views, that you cannot bank with certain places. And the reason why they're putting in these different devices and computer systems and modulators and things that can process who is who, and so they can see who's eligible. Imagine not being eligible to bank wherever you want to bank. So this is what's going on. And this is a slow kill. They're putting this stuff in place, but ultimately the goal is to leave people high and dry. Now, how will this affect independent women? Some may ask. How will this affect them? Well, imagine your source of income is OnlyFans. Let's hypothetically say that your source of income is OnlyFans, and due to the tax information, they know what you do. You are considered a sex worker. No matter how you cut it, no matter how you slice it, it shows up on your taxes. It will show up in any banking system, how you get your money. It will show up. On top of that, you won't be able to get jobs anymore. So you're going to have a lot of these boss chicks turning to other lifestyles, sex workers and whatnot. That's going to be on an uptick. That's going to be something that's increased. going on in this world. I mean, it's gonna get cutthroat. Not only that, violence is gonna go up, burglaries gonna go up, break-ins, so on and so forth. Listen, the Bible, when this brother said, listen, things are gonna get real. I mean, let me explain this to you. He ain't lying. He ain't lying at all. The scriptures tell you in 2nd Esdras 15 and 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. The next verse goes on to say, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So they're trying to find a way to engineer this catastrophic event that only homes in our communities. Y'all gotta understand, we're targeted. There's chosen ones out there that are targeted, and that's just who they're aiming at, right? So I just thought I'd put that out there. Let us continue.
Make sure you subscribe. Give this video a like. I would appreciate it. Comment down below. Let me know. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Hit me up. Check me out in the network. Link in the description. Patreon.com/Kevin247.
Yeah, so, hey, man, this is what's going on. Riots, home burglaries, break-ins. You know, the Bible prophesied these things. Now, let's go to the independent woman. Let's see what she has to say about being independent. Let's talk about it. In this particular source here, this lady is saying, this is called Girl Talk, how to be Miss Independent, how to be confident, a confident, independent woman. And we're not going to play the entire video, but there's certain talking points I would like to address, right? Let us go. Let's get to it.
Hey dolls, what's up? It's me, Miss Quiet. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Miss Quiet, and you can make yourself at home.
Man, listen, off the break, right? 1 Timothy 2:9 says, in like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with shamefacedness and sobriety, not with broidered hair, gold, pearls, or costly array. Like all of this, this doing too much. All that green around the aisle, that listen, this doing too much. I'm just put that out there off the break. Anyway, let us continue. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, sweetheart is looking mighty oily out here. She's looking mighty shiny out here. She's really shining, like, yeah, for sure. But anyway, let us continue, man.
Okay, there are drinks in my fridge. Don't put your coats on my bed. Get comfortable, get real comfortable. I'm gonna try and do this as quickly as possible before my neighbors start mowing. This might be a little long video because this is our first real sit down girl talk. Today's girl talk, I'm gonna be telling you, as requested, how to be Miss Independent. Okay, so let's get started. Shut up, television. Damn, I didn't want to turn you off, but you really just can't help but make those popping sounds, huh? Stupid dumpster television. Guys, my television from the dumpster. I took it from a dumpster. If the feds come and get me, free me, okay? Because I took it from the dumpster. Anyway, if you don't know who I am, I'm Miss Quiet, your new big sister or your little sister, depending on your age. There are drinks in my fridge. Gonna put your coats on my bed. Get
Goodness gracious.
comfortable, okay? Because today I'm about to beat you into shape. If you feel like you're not independent, you're gonna know what needs work after this video, okay? I'm gonna take my shoes off because I'm gonna get comfortable too. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Miss Quiet. Yeah, check out my channel if you're bad at a budget, or if you like saving money, or knowing where to buy cheap clothes, or knowing where to buy black-owned clothes. Anything else? Oh yeah, I got a little giveaway going on my Instagram right now. It's got a couple.
Let's go.
I got a rough outline. These are things you're gonna need to do and things you're gonna need to work on. So take notes. There's a lot of things that have been beaten into our heads, and we have been programmed to think. And misogyny is a lot more prevalent in our mindsets than we think it is. So yeah, I'm just here to give you a rough outline of where to start.
Hold on. I think I missed something here. Let's go.
Your day. So basically, this video is about a rough outline of how you can become Miss Independent, because it is so important to be your own woman in this day and age. It is so important. There's no excuse to just be somebody's wife or somebody's mom or somebody's sister.
There's no excuse to be somebody's wife, somebody's mom, or somebody's sister. There's no excuse to be somebody's wife, somebody's mom, or somebody's sister. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This thought process, this is what's gonna leave a lot of so-called boss chicks, independent chicks, in a real tough situation. A real tough situation. It's gonna be bad out here for them with this thought process. I'm gonna tell you what she will be the product of off the break. It don't even take me long to just sit here and decipher this. 2 Timothy 3:6 says, "For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lust." So women like this will be taken captive pretty much. In the world of coming, I know it sounds horrible, Bree. Are you saying she's literally going to be taken into captive? Yes, she will be taken into captive. She will be led astray. She will be snatched up somewhere with the way she thinks, bro. She believes she shouldn't have a protector. She shouldn't be nobody's mother. She shouldn't even be nobody's sister, right? Now, when everything hit the fan and you ain't got bread on your table, or people are breaking in your home, right? Because you an independent boss chick, you live alone, don't even realize the neighbors are constantly watching you. There's gang stalkers, weirdos, perpetrators constantly watching a lot of you ladies. While y'all bringing in y'all groceries, while y'all doing certain things, while y'all posting all these pictures, IP addresses are being watched. And when all hell hit the fan, you will soon find out. You will soon find out that you should have been somebody's wife. You should have been somebody's sister. You should have been, you should have been under the fold of somebody, right? It just is what it is. It's crazy that people with all the sex trafficking, with all the organ harvesting, with all that's going on in the world, it is insane to me that these women still think like this. Like they're so secure in this system. They really believe that Babylon is not falling, even though things are happening right before our eyes. It just is what it is, right? This is the thought process. Let's go.
Somebody's auntie? No, you're your own boss.
Damn, you don't even want to be somebody's auntie. Damn, you just your own boss, huh? Your own boss. And these looks, the way they be looking, and the face, man, real men ain't attracted to this. Let's just be real about it, man. You know what them scriptures tell us? Let me go to Ecclesiastes 26:9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and her eyelids. The whoredom of a woman may be known by her haughty looks and her eyelids. I mean, damn it. Listen, as I read that scripture, you tell me she ain't the poster child for what I just read. Like, seriously. The whoredom of a woman may be known by her haughty looks and her eyelids. If that Bible ain't speaking the truth, I don't know. I mean, damn. It don't get no more real than that. Yeah, what's she playing? Peekaboo right now? What is going on, man? A lot of these women gonna have a rude awakening, bro. They're gonna have a rude awakening. I'm only saying this because I actually care what's about to happen. They're gonna have a very rude awakening, bro. But she said, she's teaching these young ladies how to be a boss.
Woman, and that stuff is not gonna fly anymore. It's not gonna fly. Yeah, I got a rough outline. These are things you're gonna need to do and things you're gonna need to work on. So take notes. There's a lot of things that have been beaten into our heads, and we have been programmed to think. And misogyny is a lot more prevalent in our mindsets than we think it is.
No, ladies and gentlemen, order is more prevalent in their minds and their subconscious, but they don't want to accept that order. They're against order. You know, they want to be boss chicks. They want to be bosses out here, but it's going to lead to their destruction and their calamity, bro.
So yeah, I'm just here to give you a rough outline of where to start. And if you want individual videos on these topics, then let me know and I will work on those too, okay? So yeah, let's get started. The first thing that you need to do to become Miss Independent is to build your confidence up, because confidence is the backbone of everything. And the priority of life, it goes mental health, confidence, right here.
I wonder how confident you're going to be as an independent boss chick when, let alone, you can't afford your weave no more because your bank account is on negative, or you call your bank and it says your amount is $0.00, and you ain't able to buy that weave, you ain't able to buy that makeup, you ain't even able to buy your own food. How confident are you gonna be then? And see, what we getting right here is pretty much where all of these women are teaching each other. This right here is like their commandments. This is the commandments for a boss chick. First, you gotta be confident. I'm gonna tell you, this confidence knows no bounds. They're constantly confident. Even if things look bad, they're still confident, which makes them delusional. You dropping your kids off with any and everybody just to go out and have a good time. Or if you don't have any children, you really yearn for children, but you would never admit that. They live in a delusional mindset. Very delusional. And not too many ladies will admit, and I'm gonna say this as well, even women who have made it to a certain financial status and got to the bag, not many women will admit that there's still a void that has not been filled. There's something missing. There's women out there who have everything and still they are not satisfied with their life. You know why? Because they lack companionship. They lack guidance. They lack leadership. It's something missing. They want children. Thanks for the $5 contribution. Says, listen, my son, listen, son of my womb. Listen, my son, do not spend your strength on woman. Your vigor of those who ruin kings. Proverbs 31:2. Absolutely. And we're going to get there, because when we talk about desperate times, when things get desperate, women just like this, they're going to change their whole tune. Somebody says she's shining like new money. Y'all crazy. Listen, they're going to change their whole tune. They're going to be marching to a whole new beat when things change here in this world.
Here, very close second, because without confidence, you're not going to achieve anything in life, period. Nobody has ever achieved anything who was insecure. Really, okay, I'm sure people have, but very rarely do you see any celebrities, any millionaires, billionaires who are insecure, any CEOs who are insecure about their product, actively insecure. It is okay to have insecurities, and I will make another video about this very soon, but it is not okay to let them run you, okay? And building your confidence is like a process. You're gonna have to fake it until you make it, and by that I mean you're gonna have to tell yourself every day, like, I love myself. Wow, I look so beautiful today looking in the mirror.
If you had a man, you wouldn't have to tell yourself that. You wouldn't have to constantly validate yourself. You wouldn't have to constantly post pictures for social media. And here's a news flash. You're not going to be a celebrity. You're not going to be a billionaire. You're not going to be part of the 1%. All right? Ladies, listen, I want you to really understand me. You're not going to be part of the 1%. You are absolutely delusional. And even if you did make it, even if you made it, right? And you made it to billionaire status, millionaire status by just being you, because that's what you seem to believe. You're not going to know what to do with your money. You're not going to know what direction to go. It's going to make no difference how much money you have when things hit the fan. It'll make no difference at all if you have no direction. Let's make that clear.
You're gonna have to ignore your flaws and focus on the good, focus on the present. That's gonna take some time, but you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it, because beating ourselves up every day does not get us anywhere. It doesn't get us anywhere. I have a video about body dysmorphia and how I overcame it. You can watch that. It's basically a rough outline as to how you can build your confidence up, but just a little bit of a different topic and a little bit of a different direction. You don't make it anywhere by selling yourself short, ever. What good comes from that? Nothing. Being humble does not get you anywhere, and being nice doesn't really get you anywhere either. Being polite does, but not being nice. Not being nice, okay? So we could talk about that in another video too. Build your confidence up day by day, but just realize that you're doing this stuff every day.
Let's go.
Whether or not you're going to be a different person by October 31st or not, okay? So that's how I see things now. Because
now we're going to being alone. She said confidence.
Significant other.
Stop recording your podcast on Zoom and start recording on Riverside. You get an unbelievably high quality recording, separate tracks or video.
Often, not even to be rude, it's just part of me that I would rather, first of all, I'd rather be alone and lonely than in a toxic relationship. So if we become toxic, it's over. And also,
now, why this has to be one or the other? Why does it have to be either you alone or in a toxic relationship? Why does it have to be one or the other? Why not be in a wholesome, healthy relationship? See, if these independent boss chicks had any concern about being sisters to women, they would get in where they fit in. Because let's be 100%. Right now, polygyny is one of those things that's on the table for discussion. A lot of people want to ignore that conversation, even though it's been spreading all over the place. But social media has corrupted it on a grand scale because they're teaching thruples, they're teaching, all kind of sexual inordinate affections, and they teach it in a way where it's more sexualized. But let's be 100% on this. Polygyny is about your finances for the most part. It's about securing your future. It's about coming together as a tribe, making sure that one hand washes the other. It's about having a sister wife. It's about having a midwife. It's about having a provider. It's about starting family businesses. It's about legacy. It's about dynasty. But those are the things that are not talked about when we talk about polygyny. But this type of woman right here, you ladies who are practicing polygyny or open-minded to your husband, taking on himself another wife, you be aware of these type of women. Because she'll be the main one. She'll be the main one with all her confidence. She like to be independent. She like to be alone. Listen, when she ain't able to buy that weave, when she ain't able to buy that makeup, when she ain't able to buy that bread, she gonna go to the place where it's security there. And let me say this as well. A lot of you Americans, y'all way behind. You're way behind. The way I'm talking right now, when I talk this to my subscribers who are in Africa or in Jamaica, they understand everything I'm saying perfectly clear. When I speak about this to other people in other countries, they understand what I'm saying to y'all perfectly clear. But you know what's wrong with you Americans? Y'all have a prideful mentality. You believe that you are your own God. You Western women are way behind, bro. Y'all way behind. On a global scale, y'all don't even know what's going on. Y'all are lost. Y'all are pretty much like this woman on your screen is pretty much the poster child for lost women.
I don't need a man. I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone. I want a man. I want him in my life. I don't want to live a life without him.
She don't want a man. She don't need a man. She don't need a man. She don't need a man. She want a man. Let's see how long that lasts until you need a man. You want what you want until you need it. You want what you want until you need it. See, you want to get with Pookie and Ray Ray. You want to sleep around. You want to have sex with whoever. You want to be independent. You want to go live your best life. You want to have fun. You want to take trips. You want men at your disposal. This is the mindset of an independent woman. But what happens when it comes a time where they need a man for protection? Brothers don't protect them. Don't let them in your circumference. This is their mentality. They don't need you. Remember, brothers, they don't need you. They're just using you as your leader. Let me tell you something. Women, they only want resources. They only want financial stability. They only want what they can get from you, brother. So you got to carry this a certain way. You got to understand that as men, if you've been in the vineyard and doing your thing, listen, don't deal with these women. Amos 3:3 says, if two can't agree, we can't walk together. If they don't agree with what direction we go in as a nation, ain't no way we can even coexist with these type of women. Ain't no way. Leave them out in the cold. When they get desperate, when they need you, don't let these women come marching back around. Matter of fact, let me share something with you brothers out here. Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs chapter 6, it reads, and we in verse 3. Do this now, my son, and deliver thyself when thou art coming to the land of thy friend. Go humble thyself and make sure thy friend. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thy eyelids. Deliver thyself. Hold on, bro. That's the wrong scripture. That's the wrong scripture. This is the one right here. This is the one. Proverbs 6:24. To keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelid. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for precious life. I said my audio was acting up. We good? So what if we good now? I'm gonna read that scripture again. Hold on. Let me tell you something real quick. Yeah, the headphones are in the mic, so I don't know. Sounds muffled. Can you hear me now? All right, we clear. Proverbs 6:24. Keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelid. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for precious life. Listen, don't fall victim to these whorish women, because once everything hit the fan, they're gonna be selling that snatch out here for cheap. Literally, it's gonna come a time where you're able to buy these type of things right here on your screen for a loaf of damn bread. A loaf of bread is what that's gonna cost right there. This is why we got to get ourselves under control as men. Because while we planning, while we strategizing, while we getting ready, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you allow the modern, false, independent woman that's out here living her best life, you allow her, and what you doing, she's gonna sabotage everything that you built. Everything that you was preparing for, everything that you was putting in place, she's going to sabotage. So if you practicing polygyny, don't let none of these women in your circle. Leave them out in the cold, high and dry. Seriously. Mr. Chill, thanks for the $10 contribution. Peace and prosperity. Y'all get the likes up. Absolutely, y'all. Y'all get the likes up. Thanks for the support, man.
Well, I don't need him to live, and you can't need a man to live. And there was one point in time where I felt like maybe I might need this man to live, and I immediately went to my therapist like, how do we fix this? Because that's not going to fly. I'm not going to be that woman crying her life is over because of another person leaving it. That's not how it works. That's not how it.
She's bitter, hurt, and full of resentment. Somebody hurt Shorty. She's broken hearted. She ain't got over it. She's resentful towards brothers. Yeah, she definitely needs some damn therapy, bro. Real talk. Now she says she's happy being alone. Let's talk her next segment, happiness. Let's go.
Bigger than life, and not saying, oh my God, I'm the baddest. I never said that. Every day I see myself growing to become bigger and better than the day before. Every day more confident, more influential, more kind and generous, more powerful, more intelligent, more, just more everything that's good. I see that coming for me every single day, and I just cannot wait to see what heights I will reach. But I cannot let any man ever come into my life that's going to deter me from that direction.
These ladies need the Most High, man. They don't want to believe in them. They don't want to follow Yah. They don't want to get right with the Creator. These women into that new age philosophy garbage. Let me tell you something. A lot of these women don't even believe in the Most High. Even the ones that's so-called in the truth, they don't believe nothing they saying. Let me hip y'all to the game. A lot of these women are atheists. They don't believe in no Creator. They're not following the Creator, regardless of what they saying. Specifically these type of women, but there's even women in the truth who ain't. They're just using lingo and terms and all of that, but they not following no Creator. Because if they did, their life would show it. They would have leadership. They would be living according to that book. They would have a husband. They would have a man. They would be pretty much wives. They will be fruit of their womb. Their children will be prosperous. Their relationships will be wholesome. They're lying to you. They just like to hear the sound of their own damn voice. That's it. They ain't in no type of truth. Real talk. They don't believe in no Creator. They believe that they are their own gods and goddesses. This is the world you live in. They're idolizing themselves. Let me tell you something. A lot of people in this world in general are confused, especially a lot of these ladies. They look at things from a perspective that's just not even, it doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people, they actually hate the Most High. They hate the Creator. They look at this world and they say, well, why is all this going on in this world? Why are babies, dying and people, this is happening? Why did this happen to me when I was young? Why did this happen? If God is real, if He's real, no, I'm God. That's what they tell themselves. I'm my own God. Well, my question is, if you your own God, why don't you fix what's going on in the earth? If you that powerful, you hear how she talks about being powerful? If you that powerful, instead of hating the Creator of the heaven and universe and blaming Him for everything that goes on in the world, if you God, if you more powerful than this invisible force, this invisible entity, why don't you get them children out of bunkers? Why don't you get them children from underground? If you God, right? You God, so you should be able to snap your finger and fix this earth then. But you a goddess though. You Egyptology people, you a God though, but can't fix your own community. How the hell you a God and you can't even fix your own damn environment? You a God, but you got to convince yourself that you happy when you know you're not. But you a God though. Real talk. And these women, they be victims to this new age garbage. I'm telling you.
And I can't ever put my happiness all into one man, because I already know that with or without a relationship and with or without that dream job, I will still touch those heights as long as I keep myself a priority and don't let other things or places take away from my self-worth, period. Okay, so you need to adapt that mindset that all your happiness has to come from within. So my happiness comes from building up my YouTube, building up my empire, creating more content, helping other people, building my...
That's what brings her happiness. You're going to be sadly mistaken if you think that's what's going to bring you happiness. There's people with millions of subscribers who ain't happy. And her next segment is protect your energy. And the one after that is take care of yourself. So let me get this right. You taking care of yourself as a woman just to be alone. So I'm not going to listen to her whole thing. Her next segment is protect your energy. And then that last one is take care of yourself. And of course, I agree with protecting your energy. I speak on that all the time. But what's the point of protecting your energy if you're not trying to attract some of the right people. Deny the wrong people to get the right people in your life. And then she says, take care of yourself. What's the point of taking care of yourself if you're not going to be giving yourself to somebody? You want to take care of yourself just to be seen on social media? Just so people can validate you and praise you and thumb your videos up and all of that? That's what you taking care of yourself for? You're going to be sadly mistaken. You're going to be lined up at the next man's door. And because of the, listen, you're going to be lined up at the next family's door trying to get in where you fit in. And it's going to be too damn late. Because there is a lack of men here on this planet. And a lot of ladies just going to have to get right. If you against biblical polygyny, even though all the patriarchs had more than one wife, right? Moses had multiple wives. David had multiple wives. We already know about Solomon. If you against the actual men of the Bible, you are enemy to God. If you that blasphemous, like that's why I say y'all American women are far. It's like the arguments y'all put up. Nowhere in other countries they're even addressing their men that way to argue and debate, or whether polygyny is righteous or not. It's a known fact that that's how we are as melanated men. How many marriages y'all gonna keep getting into and leaving these marriages because of infidelity? Abraham, the father of the faith, more than one wife. I mean, the list go on and on and on. How long are y'all just gonna be jealous and envious? Is it gonna literally take? I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna take. Oh, we preaching right now. I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna take. It's gonna take y'all not to have no money. It's gonna take an economic collapse. It's gonna take, listen, it's gonna take all your resources to be stripped from you, and it's gonna take you being desperate just for you to get right. Ain't that something? The Most High gotta do all this to y'all and all this to this land, all this to the people to bring on a Hebrew planet. It's going to take all that for you to say, damn, maybe I should be living tribal. Maybe it does take a village to raise family. Maybe I should stop competing with my sisters. Maybe I should stop being an evil witch. Maybe I should stop hating God. Maybe I should stop hating the men of Yah. Maybe I should go ahead and, actually submit. Maybe I should submit to a man. Maybe I should stop competing with men. Maybe I should stop trying to be an independent boss chick and go find me a life. Create some children. Find some meaningful purpose in life. Because this woman, what she just said, her life is meaningless. Literally everything she just said, as a woman, her life is meaningless. She means nothing. And I'm telling you, they worship themselves. They believe that they own gods, but they ain't fixing nothing in the planet. They ain't doing nothing as gods. They don't have the answers. And it's crazy, man. So many people can be atheistic. Here's the thing. All of the stories about creation, a lot of people don't actually believe them. They don't believe that God created the heavens, the earth. It's not enough proof to walk outside, see the sky, see the birds, see a baby being born, seeing life as we know it. That's not enough proof for these people. But at the same time, these same people who are into the new age stuff, they can't tell you how the planet was created. Oh, did you hear what I just said? They can tell you that God didn't create it, God didn't make it, but they can't tell you how it was created. So they want you to get out of order to believe something new age, and they can't tell you how we got here. Maybe it was this, maybe it was that. So you want people who are sure in a creator to go to a maybe? And this is what they do. The new age women, because I came across a couple women on YouTube who are teaching y'all ladies some madness, bro. And a lot of women are following. They got large platforms. I mean, they got large platforms, and I can't even believe that people falling for the hokey doke. Right. Somebody said, yeah, that's crazy. A lot of y'all ladies gonna have to humble yourselves. Get yourself an overseer. Get yourself a husband. Some of y'all gonna have to get in where you fit in before it's too late. Because a real woman of y'all, she not gonna let you in their family when you need somewhere to go and need somewhere to stay. You're gonna be out in the streets. It's gonna be cold-blooded. You're gonna be out here selling yourself. It's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad. Yeah, somebody said New Age witchcraft is the most popular deception for them. Exactly. It's all about self-validation and the pride of life. Nobody wants to be humble. Nobody wants to submit to something greater than themselves. I'm telling you. Amnet B says, what do you own? That's none of your business. And I'm blocking you. I own quite a lot, but that ain't none of your business. A person by the name of Amnet B. Oh, man. Seriously. We in perilous times, bro. Somebody said, I've had a few polygyny offers, but they broke hood chicks trying to move in. Exactly. That's what you're going to have. The broke hood chicks who couldn't bowl well, and being an independent boss chick going to come around to you brothers. And you brothers this is why you got to get on semen retention. You got to get disciplined. Don't give yourself to any woman, man. Do what you need to do. But it is what it is, man. Hopefully y'all learn something from this. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, man. More content coming. You already know what it is, man. To everybody who joined, much love and peace. Till next time, shalom and peace. NGT to the world over.